Hello, everybody, and welcome to Table Talk. My name is Joni Rampolla. I'm one of the registered licensed dietitians with Giant and Martin's. And today we are interviewing an amazing celebrity chef, Chef Bobby. And I will let you introduce yourself. And if you can't tell by my background where he works, introduce yourself, Bobby.
Yeah. So my name is Bobby, like like Joni said. I grew up in the New Jersey area, so I'm born and raised a Phillies fan. So getting this job was an amazing opportunity for me. Um, uh, every day I work really hard to put meals on the table for these guys, and I'm glad to be able to share that with you guys today.
Yes, thank you. So, just to understand your career, can you tell us what first inspired you to become a chef and how did that path lead you to Major Baseball?
Yeah, so I grew up in, like I said, Gloucester County area, New Jersey. So I resided in Washington Township. And coming up to high school, I didn't really want to go to that high school per se. Just wasn't, I didn't really fit into that area. And I wanted to try something different. And GCIT, Gloucester County Institute of Technology in Deptford, offered it was a trade school. And I went down the list and I didn't really know what to choose. I didn't really have a passion yet. And it was between welding and cooking. And welding only because I saw what a union welder could
Love
make.
that.
And I was like, all right, maybe. And then it just wasn't for me. So I went for cooking, and I didn't really take it seriously for the first year. And then the second year, I went into a cooking competition, and I got my butt kicked. And it truly it made me fall in love with it. I don't know how other ways to say it. And then ever since, I worked through high school, got a lot of scholarship. I went to culinary school for 4 years, and it's just kind of where I blossomed was in college. So it was really cool to fall in love with a passion. It kind of fell onto my plate per se.
I love that. Excellent. Yeah. So, can you describe kind of like a day in the life for you during baseball season?
Yeah, so we'll go based off of like a 6:45 game to put it in time spec. So my kitchen crew and I arrive around 9 a.m. Um, we start pretty early because there's a lot with serving 3 meals a day, 8 courses a meal. It's a lot, and my staff and I is a total of 5 people. So we show up at 9 to get an early start. We have lunch up around 12, and we serve that until like 3:30. And that's usually just for the staff members, like medical staff, doctors, all of the behind the scenes people that work inside the clubhouse. Players usually report around 3 o'clock for a 6:45 game. So that's when we start putting up our pregame, we call it, which is the second meal of the day. That usually goes up around 3:30, 4 o'clock, and that is served until the game time. Because we have doctors that come in during the game, so we like to make sure the food's up still for them as well. And then up until the last out, we're cooking post game, which we serve as soon as they come off the field. They shower, come in, grab food, either eat it there or they'll take it home to their families, which we also encourage because it's hard to get in a meal when you're playing a game like that with nerves and whatnot. Um, then we pack up and leave around, I would say 12:30. So it's a long day, but the clubhouse is an environment where you can relax a little bit and it's not too much on you. That's pretty much a day.
Yeah. So, it sounds like the players and the staff might be eating the same things.
Oh yeah, I mean it's yeah. And anybody that's in the clubhouse, they eat the same things. It's in total, including players, I would say is about 100 people we feed, a little bit over. And that goes from doctors, the clubhouse attendants, training staff, strength and conditioning, our masseuses. So the list goes on and on. But we're very happy to feed all of them because they put in a lot of work.
Yeah. I'm glad to hear the players shower before they come in.
Some of them do. Some of them do.
So a customer wants to know, are any of the Phillies vegetarian or vegan?
Vegetarian. Players, no. I think one of our therapists is, and one of our doctors are vegan. Our team baker often provides a gluten-free slash vegan option in one of her four baked goods she does a daily. So we always try to have something in that room just in case we have a visitor or a doctor or whatnot. But as far as players, no.
Are there any special dishes that you make for people with diabetes?
Uh, Diabetes, no, but we keep a mindful eye on it. One of our strength coaches is diabetic, and we always like whenever we put like honey glazed carrots on the menu, we always be sure to tell him, hey, these have a higher sugar content than you normally have. So we always kind of keep an eye out for them, but we don't go. We never really got requested to make anything special on the side. Our menu is kind of designed to appease all, per se.
Perfect. I've heard rumors you make large, delicious meals like heavy cheesesteaks for the opposing team to slow them down. How true is this rumor?
Uh, yes and no. I mean, you get teams that come in and they definitely want something like that. The visiting clubhouse definitely gives them their fair share of cheesesteaks. So I don't know if it's by design, but it is a great idea to keep feeding them that when they come to visit Philly.
And then this question's kind of like the same question. Do you cook for the opposing team as well?
Not really. They don't have a chef. Everything is catered for visiting, same as for the Phillies when they're on the road. But if they ever need a help, I can always go down and help. If there's ever a player that needs a special meal, our kitchen's always open to them. We kind of treat it like a friendly environment. I do feed the umpires though, so whenever they don't make a good call, I take something out. But I'm
What are some of the most popular foods that you serve?
I would definitely say red meat is our number one um, protein, like steak, ribeye. They love anything like a grilled steak. I would definitely say a chicken pot pie I've made last season. They've fallen in love with. Everything is buffet style, so we try to make food that is able to sit a little bit in a hot environment, like chicken pot pie. It's like a stew. But they love anything with protein in it, anything with steak, seafood, you name it, anything. They are
That's
not
awesome.
picky bunch.
That's great. Do you and the staff travel with the team?
I've traveled in the past. I've went to like Denver or San Francisco. I went to a couple places a couple years ago. The last season was my first season as head chef, so I kind of took a step back and made sure that our home field environment was stable and our conditions were met. Last season I didn't, but I hope to travel. I go down to spring training, so that is definitely a fun environment to go down to.
Nice. Do you make any foods that are specifically meant to help players with recovery after workouts or long trips?
Oh, every day. I mean, our menu is designed to refuel these guys when they need it and to go lean when they don't need it. Um, as saying that they like red meat so much, one of our players had a high cholesterol, so we went ahead and made a trail mix that had dried currants in it, and that lowered his cholesterol. So we always try to combat anything that arises. We try not to go anything spicy before a game, nothing that can mess with their GI. So everything is kind of designed to help them recover. I make bone broth every homestand. It's a huge trend this last season. A couple players got bone broth every post game because they couldn't eat after a game because they had nerves and they couldn't eat a full meal. So we came up with a solution. So there's always a solution. You just have to find it.
Nice. Get your little protein in your bone broth too. Is your kitchen prep area separate from where the food courts are?
Food courts, yeah. Our kitchen is in the clubhouse, so I would say that we are like 5 feet from the actual locker room where the players are hanging out. So we're very close to them. So if they need anything, they just pop their head in and be like, "Hey, can I get a burger?" So like it's very a friendly environment in there. We're very secluded. I always call it the dungeon because we're in the basement of the stadium. I don't hear the game as it's going on. I can hear like when they hit a home run, I can feel the stadium rumble a little bit. Uh, yeah, yeah, we're secluded from the custodians area.
Are there kosher halal meals on the menu regularly?
I don't think we have anybody that requires that. But I do buy halal chicken. Our chicken thighs are halal. So, like I said, there's always an option for anybody that comes in and they need a meal regarding whatever they require. So that is technically covered under our menu.
Can you elaborate on your education? What college did you attend and did you do an internship?
Yeah, yeah. So I did 4 years at my high school, which was a trade school. I did that for culinary arts and baking and pastry. I got a lot of scholarship money for that, thank goodness. And then I went to the Culinary Institute of America in Hyde Park. I went there for 2 years, did my culinary arts for my associates, and then went back for another two for food business administration for my bachelor's. Um, my externship, I went to, it was after my first year, I went to Maine. I went to a restaurant in right outside of Portland in Harpswell, Maine. It was called the Dolphin Marina and Restaurant. If you ever go to vacation on Maine, go there. It is amazing. Um, but yeah, it was a great time. Great. The college was amazing. It's a great place to visit, right on the Hudson Valley, right on the river. And it was a great experience. I wouldn't be here today if I didn't go there. So
That's
I would just,
awesome. Yeah, I took a class at Culinary Institute of America in Hyde Park, New York.
yeah.
Great place.
Mm.
Do you go to spring training?
Yes. Yeah. Last season was my first year going down. And they'd had a huge renovation down there. So I was down there setting up the new food area and the snack room. So it was really cool to see the new clubhouse down there. It's almost better than our home one. It's really nice down there. So I'm really excited to get back down there again next year.
Nice. I love this question. What is a meal worthy of a World Series championship?
Oh, if I could figure that out, it'd be on the menu today. Um, no, but it's truly a routine with these guys. They play so many games every day, or like every day of the week. It's never ending. So trying to find something where they get the quality of a fine dining restaurant, but the hominess of a home cooked meal is kind of what we're going for. And everybody's different. Everybody's home cooked meal and comfort food is different. So I think to be able to be a champion is to hit all of those avenues. So soon, trying. We'll get there.
Love that. Customer says they're making a chicken pot pie right now. Any tips?
Um, Definitely make sure your veggies are all cut the same. Yeah, that was one of my biggest pet peeves in culinary school is you want to make sure all your veggies are cut the same so they cook the same. You want to eat a chicken pot pie with a nice caramelized onion and then a hard carrot. So I would definitely make sure that everything is cooked evenly. But no, you'll be good. You got it.
Excellent. Is your spring training in Sarasota?
No, it is in Clearwater, Florida.
What's like a average daily caloric consumption for a player?
Ooh, that truly depends on the player. I mean, we have guys. I mean, I can't name names, but one of our catchers, he sweats a lot during a game. I think I don't know the number off the top of my head. I would say he was burning during a game over 500 calories, and it was he would have to eat something on the bench. Um, so I would say in a daily, that player would lose. It's really hard for me. I would have to consult with my nutritionist on that one.
Yeah, that's fine. Could you tell us the full recipe for the current trail mix, or at least have it sent to us? I send out an email after this class.
I can definitely put together an actual recipe. We kind of made it on the fly, but we did red currants, dried cranberries, peanuts, cashews, and I believe it was pecans. But I can double check and I'll send you the actual recipe and we can send that out 100%.
Yeah, that would be great. Thank you. Do the players only eat supper or do they eat other meals?
Yeah, they eat 3 meals a day, if not more. They like to take advantage of our kitchen in the best way possible. A lot of them, like I said, for a 6:45 game, they'll arrive around 3 o'clock. So they usually come in. They had breakfast, so they don't usually eat our lunch. Some guys, if the pitcher's throwing that day, and he doesn't want to be bothered with his stomach, he'll come in and grab something plain from our menu, like a plain burger. Um, but yeah, they'll eat every pregame and every postgame. And they'll definitely get in their sweet treats as well from our team baker.
Love that. So, do you have a dish that you're particularly proud of, or somebody's kind of asking it differently? What type of foods are the team's favorite? So, if you could compare
Um,
them.
they're a big breakfast team. I would say my steak and eggs they really enjoy that. I usually will do usually a steak every post game. Usually New York strip or ribeye. And if we ever have any left over, that's what we'll fold into the steak and eggs in the morning. And it always hits. I always top it with like a chimichurri, um, nice fried eggs. So they definitely love their breakfast.
Have you ever made candy from scratch for the team?
I can't say I've made candy, but we've made like these sour grapes before. We took grapes, we froze them, and then we covered them in lime juice, and then we rolled them in hydration packets. I think we used it was
Um,
BioSteel when they were still a company, and you roll them in like the orange flavor or the hydration packet, and it would be like a nice sour cold treat while hydrating you. So it's kind of like candy, I would say.
I
Tastes like
like that idea. I love frozen grapes, so you just gave me a good idea.
yeah.
What do you do during the off season?
The off season is a little bit of a tricky one. There's not really much people in the clubhouse. I still go in at least twice to three times a week just to peek my head in there, see if there's a player getting treatment. Trying to catch up with people. Try to be a friendly face. Truly working on spring training. This year coming up, we have the All-Star game this year, so that's going to be a fun, stressful time for me. So I'm slowly figuring that out. It's a lot of planning, menu development. I try to go out to restaurants when I can to see what's new out there. So just and to relax. I mean, I like to take some time off. When in season, I'm working 3 months straight. I don't really have a day off, so it's nice to take a little couple weeks off and enjoy the holidays with the family. Then we get right back into it.
Sounds good. We all enjoy some time with the family. Absolutely. Do you watch the game on a screen when you're cooking?
Yeah, that's super stressful. We have three TVs in our clubhouse kitchen, but we have to watch it on a delay. That's our thing because it, we could technically cheat if we're watching the game live. We can send a message to the pitcher somehow on the mound and be like, "Hey, throw a strike to this guy," and it's just a conflict. So we watch it on a 15-second delay. So that's why I say, like, when we hit a home run and I can hear the stadium, that's how I know. I'm like, all right, we hit one. And 15 seconds later, I'll see it on the screen. So it's very challenging to stay up because you want the food up not too before the game's over or not too long after the game's over. So always try to stay on with the game.
Nice. A customer is asking if the team is in a hitting slump, do you make something special to try and give them a boost?
Oh yeah, yeah. We have our secret menus. I would say Pizza Friday is our biggest thing. We usually do our own pizzas on Fridays. But if they're not hitting on a Monday or a Tuesday, we'll definitely break them out and be like, all right, we need to give them some good luck. So we definitely have our power hitters.
That's good. Pizza makes me happy too. I get it.
Mhm.
Do any players ever give you a recipe from home or something their mom or grandma made? Who and what recipe was it?
Oh yeah. I would say that's happens a lot actually. We've made stubs. It's called kugel from his Jewish friend grandmother. We've made that before. Alvarado has brought in hot sauce that his mother made. He won't give me the recipe. I can't. He won't give it to me. So yeah, they always bring in their parents or their wives' recipes, and they're always like, "Hey, can you make this one time for the guys?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course. That's what we're here for." So we encourage that, but all the time. Nola brings his wife's bread in, and it is the best bread I've ever had. Great sourdough. So all the time.
Someone is wondering if you could share your chicken pot pie recipe with me to send out.
Absolutely. I can formulate. My biggest thing is when I'm cooking in my home kitchen, I never make a recipe. I'm not that point where I just throw it together, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I can definitely formulate a recipe and send that along.
That would be great. Thank you. How often do you change your menu of offerings?
Every homestand, the menu changes. Every meal is different. We kind of have a routine like Taco Tuesdays. We'll do Pizza Fridays, Sushi Saturdays. So it kind of has a theme to it, but the items in each meal will definitely vary. We make the menu up a couple weeks in advance, and then I send it off to my nutritionist. If she has anything, we'll go through it, and then we kind of just throw it together. But every menu is different.
Nice. What types of desserts do you make for the team?
Oh, our team baker, she goes really good on the her desserts. During the day, she makes about four baked items. These are more on the healthy side, usually like peanut butter stuffed dates, various baked good items that are gluten free, vegan. But once a series, she'll make a post game dessert that is fantastic, and it varies. She usually does red velvet cookies, maple sugar cookies, chocolate chip cookies, and the guys just lose their minds. So she does really good with the desserts on our side.
Excellent. Besides the dried currants, are there any health foods that the players like to eat?
Um, Definitely bone broth. That's definitely been a very trendy thing this year. They love to drink that hot. I've been just putting a vat out of it hot, and they've just been taking from it, drinking it like coffee. We put it in the dugout sometimes. Health foods, I mean, everything that you can think of. We some things we have in the kitchen that my nutritionist bring in, and I have no idea what it is. We have blue spirulina, if I'm saying that correctly.
Hmm.
That now we put that in our smoothies. But we have various things. The Manuka honey is a big trend now. Um, I get that from Costco. Um,
Ooh,
but everything is everything in our kitchen is designed to be health forward. So.
nice. Do the players eat snacks in the dugout?
Oh yeah, yeah. We send out various caddies of just different snacks. We try to hit something that has like a carb in it, or somebody needs a sugar pickup, or if they just need calories. Um, Last season was the first year we started bringing out mid-game steak. So we bring out sliced steak for them for only a certain amount of players that requested around the fourth inning. So if you ever see a guy in the dugout munching on the steak, that's us. So.
Wow. Yeah. Do you make pre-made sandwiches for the players to take on the go?
Yes, yeah, we have a salad station and a deli station that goes along with our normal meal, and the deli station has is stocked with various sandwiches that a guy can grab and take on the go with them if they're in a rush.
What would you make if you wanted a healthy, balanced meal in a hurry and only had a short amount of time to prepare it?
Mm, Something light, I would definitely do. Ooh, a quick stir fry with some chicken. I tend with the stir fry on my end, I tend to leave out a starch if I'm trying to go light. Something packed with veggies, and that you can just fry up real quick. I do like a soy glaze with it. Um, yeah, I love a chicken stir fry.
Sounds good. What is your personal favorite meal to enjoy, whether it's healthy or not?
Mm. It's hard because I eat so much food at work that we all put together. It's amazing. I
And
would
it's
say
all good.
my favorite thing to go out and enjoy, I would say, would be a braised short rib. I love braised short ribs if it's done correctly. And there's a few places in the city that do it. So, yeah, I would say braised short ribs would be my last supper, if you would have to call it.
How long have you been the chef for the Phillies?
So I joined in 2022 as a sous chef. That was my first year. Um, and then my first year as head chef was last season. So I've been with the team roughly about 5 years now. Um, been super fun. Um, Definitely a big role change when I went to the head. Definitely had to learn on my toes. A lot of things. My first role as head chef, so it was a lot of taking a step back and being like, okay, this is yours now. You have to make your own standards, and I feel like I've done pretty good at that. Um, so yeah, about 5 years.
If a player stays behind for treatment or training, do you prepare food for them as well?
It depends on the circumstance, but usually yes. We had one of our pitchers get surgery. I'm not going to name his name just to protect him a little bit, but he had surgery and he was in for about a week, and I put up a small lunch for him and the training staff that was helping him because they're here all day. If you're getting treatment, you usually come in early in the morning, you get worked on, you go throw, you go exercise, do mobility movements, and then you come in treatment again, so you're there for an 8 hour day. So we definitely want to have something prepared for them.
Yep. How many people actually work for you? What kind of staff do you have?
Including me, it's five. Our kitchen is very, very small. If you saw the inside of our kitchen, you would laugh because it's how small it is. But it's mighty. We do our best. There's five of us. It's my sous chef Drew, our team baker Brittany, and then we have Chris, which is our porter. He is like a utility guy, and then we have Dominic, who is also like a prep cook slash utility. Because there's a lot of stuff we do other than cooking. We make hydration drinks for them every day. Um, we have to stock all the refrigerators inside the clubhouse, which is there are a lot of them. So there are a lot of other things that we need to do other than actual cooking. So yeah, just five of us. We make it work.
Excellent. If the team has a double header game day, do you have anything special that would have to be made?
I would say nothing really special. We do add an extra meal. We try to beef up. We'll usually get in a catered meal for that, just to ease us a little bit and to give us more of options for them because it's just such a long day that you just kind of want to not worry about what you're eating per se as the player's point of view. So we'll usually get in a catered meal in between the games. Usually get sandwiches from Middle Child or some fried chicken from Love Honey. So every doubleheader is different.
Do you have a budget that you have to stick with?
I do. I do have a budget. It's very generous of the Phillies to give me such budget. I'm not going to disclose the budget, but yes, we do have a budget that we work within, and I work within it.
What happens to any leftover food from a game?
That's a great question, actually. Leftover food, we work with a couple donation facilities in the city. So what we'll do is every series, so that's every 3 days, we'll take the food that's extra, label, date it, make sure it's tempered controlled, and then we have someone come and pick it up and they disperse it to those couple facilities. So during a homestand, when it's like a 10 game homestand, we send a lot of food out to get donated. So definitely makes us feel better about that instead of throwing it out.
Nice. So somebody's commenting about there are several restaurants that are Michelin rated in the city. Then somebody else is asking, what's your favorite restaurant in the city?
Uh, Restaurant in the city that I've been to recently that I've enjoyed was Picnic. They've opened up recently. That was a great experience to go there. You walk in, you pick your wine, you can see the open kitchen. I love open kitchens. I am a, I'm a suckler for a kitchen that you can see into, and because the chefs, you can see them take pride in what they do. Um, and I feel like when it's closed off, you don't get to appreciate that. But yeah, Michelin's in Philly right now. That is very exciting. I saw that they announced some of the winners. I haven't been to any of them, so that's definitely on my list. Friday, Saturday, Sunday is on my list. Um, but yeah, I would say Picnic would be my favorite in the city. And then if you're on the Jersey side, right next to Philly is where is it at? I think it's Haddonfield. It's called Hearthside. Great restaurant, best restaurant I've ever been to in my life. So yeah.
Nice to check that out. And then a couple customers are asking, can you explain a little bit more in depth what is a hydration drink that you mentioned?
So Each player they get tested on how much sodium they're releasing when they sweat during a game, and based on that, we come up with a formula of things that they need to replenish during that game. We work with several brands of it's like Element, like the little packets that you open up, throw in the water. That's kind of what we use, but we use different brands for. We use Drip Drop. We'll use BioSteel, but I think they're out of business now. So we usually make a hydration drink. We fill up a Yeti with their number on it. We use some salt if they need it, some magnesium if they need it. Depends on the player. It truly depends on who you're making it for, and then one of a packet of your electrolyte drink, whether that be Drip Drop or Element or what have you.
Yep,
So I
liquid
get that
IV,
every day.
all those good things.
Every day.
Love it. Last question of the day with Thanksgiving coming up. Can you share any favorite recipe or tip that our customers can use?
Biggest tip I'd give would be brine your turkey. Brine. You have to brine your turkey. If the turkey is way too big of a piece of meat to just throw in the oven and think it's going to be juicy when it comes out. You got to make sure that you put it in a brine at least 2 days ahead of time. My recipe for a brine, I would say for every gallon of water, I do a cup of sugar, or it doesn't even have to be sugar, just a sweetening element. It could be maple sugar, it could be maple syrup, honey. You can go, then that's where you can get creative with it. And then 1 cup of salt. And then I usually put aromatics, whether that be herbs, citrus. But that would be my biggest tip. Second tip would be to spatchcock your turkey. Take the backbone out of your turkey and it flattens it, and then it makes everything cook evenly. So when you have it round like that in the oven, your thighs are not going to cook the same as your breasts. And by taking that backbone out, you flatten it, and everything is even. The skin on the thigh is crispy, and they cook evenly. So I would say there are my two tips.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I feel like you gave us a lot of really good information today, and I'm sure it was well appreciated. Got a lot of love there
And thank you for having
from
me. Appreciate
customers. Thank you, everybody, for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Take care.